Right, so I'm back. I said I would be, and it's time for the christening smoke of my brandy volcano oval shanks lumberman, my daffodilly beauty, basically. Some of you said you couldn't quite see the detailing of the grain. I can't really get this camera to focus once it's focused, so I hope you can see it there, but it's so beautifully done. But anyway, so we all say this on pipes. The draw's brilliant. I can draw air through it. It draws hell of a lot better than what this does, which is the reason I've never smoked it. I don't know why I bought that pipe. It's just, you just have to have an on pull, but I just can't draw through that for buttons. But anyway, whatever. So, to break in my my Giovanni John Daffodilly, beautiful, beautiful pipe. I've been out for dinner with the girlfriend's auntie, Kim's auntie, and her grandmother today. It's our auntie's birthday, and I just couldn't shut up about this pipe. I wish I would have took it with me. Not that I really had a chance to smoke it, but in this pipe today, I'm going to be smoking something that I've been going on about on here, on Facebook, on all the groups, message boards, everything. It's one of the Pipe Club samples from this month's meeting, and like I say, I just cannot get enough of it. Hopefully you can see it in there. It's 45% Latakia with 55% Brazilian, Malawian, Zimbabwean leaf. Whether or not it still has Zimbabwean leaf, I know there's been problems over the last couple of years, as that surely don't need to explain why. I need to speak to Rob from Gawith to find out if the old description is still relevant today. I've got a rough idea what he's going to say. He's going to tell me to mind my own fucking business, but but anyway. So I'm going to load up. Now, I say this stuff out the pouch has got some lovely sweetness, but it's just oodles and oodles of sour, stinky Latakia. It's the lovely Cypriot Latakia, the blending Latakia I use and I sell, and you find in all Gawith Balkan to all Gawith Latakia tobaccos. It's not a Balkan blend if you want to go by what you define as a Balkan blend. Say I try and avoid using that term. To me, this is a Latakia tobacco. It has Perique in it. It's a Perique tobacco. If it has a very, very small amount of Latakia, lots of Orientals, it's an Oriental tobacco. I don't like the term Balkan. To me, I know a lot of people use this, but as Greg GLP's once explained, that what is defined as an English and what's defined as a Balkan technically should be the other way around to what we class it as. And I hate the term English. It's so vague, it's so general, it is unbelievable. So this is a Latakia Virginia mixture. All I'm going to class it as. Say it's a high ratio. Say the smell is just herbal Latakia. Obviously not quite as pungent as a pure jar of it. So, like I say, in here there's some golden grade, there's some lovely kind of red walnutty brown, there's bits of broken flake, but on the whole it's a shag mixture. It's supposed to be coarse cut, but you do get a few slightly larger pieces, but on the whole it's all pretty much predominantly just small shag cuts. This is the modern shag cut, so I guess big shag cut if you like. Now, because this pipe's got no pre-carbon in it or anything like that, I'm going to have to take my time. So I am just going to have half a bowl here. Like I say, this pipe just feels amazing, looks amazing. Through a couple of messages back and forth with John today, the rustication took him a long time. There's use of no tools, it's all done completely by hand. So here we go. We are about a third full. And I really do not want to char the top of this pipe. To be honest, I might have to get myself some more softies. I have found that this long shank, I'm very tempted to put it in my mouth up for a butt, but the only problem is the stem gets kind of like caught on my tongue. I can't actually speak properly because it's interfering with my tongue. So I have to remember to try and hold it forward so you can actually hear what the hell I'm saying. Although, to be honest, a lot of the time I don't think you do want to hear what the hell I'm saying. But anyway, let's get the charring light out of the way. That draw is easy. One thing I will say about blend number 12, it's best to let it air dry slightly. This has been, I transferred it from the big 500-gram wax bag into this. I've left it open overnight. The top layer has gone nice and dry. I keep closing it. It's going to transfer some of the moisture back into the dry tobaccos. I'm going to leave it open again overnight tonight, and that should be perfect. Sorry, John, I'm going to use your golf tee as a simple tamper. I don't know if that was the purpose of sending those out. Oh. So, when you first light it, you get some lovely, lovely sweetness from the Virginias. It burns very easily. Doesn't require too much attention. Produces plumes of smoke. Then you get some lovely sweetness, some kind of zesty, almost citrusy, grassy flavours from the mixture of Virginias. An absolutely stunning, smoky, sour creaminess from the Latakia. It's not a Latakia bomb in the sense of quite a few American tobaccos are. There's no punch to it. There's lots of Latakia flavours. I say there's just smoky, oaky tastes in there. I say it's got some sourness to it, but then there's some lovely sweetness from the Virginias, some brightness from the Virginias. The two complement each other beautifully. It's got the typical Gawith. It's not soapy like a Gawith tobacco, but it's got that underlying taste of Virginias that Gawith use in predominantly most of their tobaccos. It's a light smoke. It's a very, very light smoke. Hardly ever goes out. So to start off with, I tend to light it a few times. And the beauty is it doesn't bite. Unless you really, 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 really tug at it fast and hard. It's... yeah, you know what I mean. It doesn't bite at all. And the flavours are so consistent and well balanced. It's absolutely gorgeous stuff. I only got this in for Pipe Club because it's 45% Latakia. Looking at it, I'm not too sure it is 45% Latakia. Again, I'm going to speak to Rob, but at Gawith and Hoggarths, but I don't know what the answer is going to be to that. So, I'm going to crack on, get my way through the bowl. I'm going to let you know at the end how well it's progressed, but so far for the christening smoke on my Geo pipe, I love it. It's not too heavy to clenching your teeth. And the slight bit of splaying on the mouthpiece gives it that wideness. I do have that something very similar on a Mario Grande, which you can't see, which is up on the board behind me. It's got a very, very wide end to the mouthpiece, and it just gives you so much grip. That's quite a long pipe. In fact, I'll show you now. Grip-wise, it reminds me of it. This is my Mario Grande. Whoops. Got to be a better way of doing this. And this is my Geo pipe. In characteristics, they are both very, very similar. Obviously the Geo pipe has a bigger bowl, but lengths of shank, there's not a great deal in them. But this is a lovely pipe. It's just simple, straightforward. But this, I just love the contrasting finishes. I love the long bit, but it's the shank. I love this oval shank. I just think it's brilliant. I'm going on about the pipe again. This is supposed to be a review of the tobacco. So anyway, like I said, I'm gonna crack on with this bowl. I shall return towards the end, let you know how it's progressing. I can't believe I've gone on for 10 minutes again already. So, speak to you later. So, I'm pretty much coming to the end of this now. That's the one thing I hate about breaking in a new pipe. Bowl's got a little bit of warmth to it, but to be honest, I've had bowls with thicker walls that have got hotter than this. First smoke, so breaking it in, trying to take my time with it. But anyway, back to the tobacco. When you first light it, you kind of have a couple of problems keeping it lit and things like that. One of the most important things I've learned with number 12 is good ash management. Stogie Farts did a video about this, and it's very, very true. This tobacco doesn't like a big layer of ash on the top of it. It's best to keep tapping it out. Don't be tempted to tamp the tobacco down tighter. It doesn't take a lot before you get a bad burn. Once you hit that point, you stop pulling at it too hard. It burns very, very hot. So pack it reasonably loose. I just tapped my ash out and the whole plug of tobacco just fell out from the bottom. Progression in flavours, you get a lot more citrusy sharpness in the finish in the second half. In the first half you got some lovely like leathery notes, the sourness and the smokiness from the latakia. You've still got that oaky smokiness, but you also get kind of the smell of sweaty feet, which if you're a big latakia fan, that's a good thing. Anybody who isn't a fan of lots of latakia will probably wonder what the hell would you want to smoke that for. It stays cool. Like I say, to start off with, it takes a couple of lights once you've got it going. Good bit of ash management. Keep it dry at the bottom and it will burn all the way down to the base of the bowl. And then when you've smoked it all, you get a gob full of ash. Let's see if there's anything left in here. So you get some leathery notes coming through. It's just a wonderful, wonderful latakia tobacco. Say it doesn't carry hardly any strength to it at all. I hardly feel like I've smoked anything there. But no, that's smoked all the way down to the bottom gorgeously. Got a lovely charred layer building up halfway down this pipe already. There probably was a little bit of tobacco left in there. A tiny, tiny, tiny little amount of tobacco left, but to be honest, you just squeeze it and it turns to dust. There's probably a few flakes of tobacco in there, but on the whole that was all ash. So yeah, like I say, it's a reasonably quick burning tobacco. It takes a few touch lights to start off with. Once you've got it going, it smokes so easily. Just control that ash, just keep an eye on it, have a little bit of a, this is an ingenious tool, John, a little tap around, make sure that you know that you haven't got too much ash build up, because I find it interferes with the burn a little bit. Tap out your ash and away you go. Doesn't need much touch lighting. You can talk while doing it. You can, you don't have to be smoking it constantly. You can leave it down for a few minutes, come back to it, and it just keeps on burning. Like I say, it's one of my favourite latakia tobaccos now. The only thing it lacks, which I've mentioned before, which I still haven't experimented with yet, is I'm tempted to throw a bit of Kentucky in with it, because it just needs a little bit of something extra. Basically, you need to add a little bit of oomph to it. I know a lot of people, Mark Pipesmaker 1969 and Martin FT, I know they're not a big fan of nicotine. I am a big fan of nicotine. I'm Lady N's bitch, as I always mention. But no, it's a spectacularly wonderful tobacco. I don't stock it in the shop. I'm restricted with space. Any of you who have been into our shop in Nottingham, Gauntley's, will know it's not the biggest of places, and we have a lot of stuff in there. I already have jars of tobacco under the counter because there isn't space to bring them out. I just wish I had more space. But if anybody does want any number 20, please let me know. We could arrange something, I'm sure. So, thank you ever so much for watching. This is my review of, like I say, number 20 that I've been smoking on and off for the last week and a half. No, for the last week, basically. Yeah, I've had it for a week. I've smoked it every day. I've had 2 or 3 bowls a day on my days off. I've been hammering it. It's my first bowl today. I've been out and about and got back, had a couple of drinks and a bit of food, so I had a bit of a nap, you know, as you do. This is my first pipe of the day, and I've not even had a whole bowl, so no doubt I'll be having some more of this later. So, like I say, it's been another 12-15 minute video from me, but I just can't do short videos. And my first impressions on my Geo is, it is fucking amazing. So, thank you ever so much for watching, folks. Probably won't do any more videos tonight. I've got to get a load of care packages arranged for people, especially for you, John. So yeah, like I say, thanks for watching. I shall see you all very, very soon. So take care. Goodbye.